I told him. Now that we have made some progress about with our inquiries, we'll have to sort out all the facts like expert detectives so that we can trap the crook. How you do go on, Maya? Seven sighed. How can you possibly imagine? He is a crook. He looks so ordinary. Criminals can look quite ordinary. Smarty, I retorted. Did you see the picture of the Hyderabadi housebreaker in the papers yesterday? He looked like any man on the street. Nishad looked doubtful. The monsoons broke the next day. Dark clouds accompanied by blinding flashes of lightning and roaring rolls of thunder burst with all their fury, flooding the streets with a heavy downpour. School was to have reopened after the summer holidays, but no traffic could move through the flooded roads and there was an unexpected holiday. I thought I had spent the time usefully. I sat at my desk in our bedroom with a sheet of paper before me. Comprehension check. What did Nishad give Mr. Nath? Why? What is strange about Mr. Nath's Sundays? Why did Nishad and Maya get a holiday? I wrote in large block letters, catching a crook, expert detectives, Nishad and Maya Pandit by appointment to the whole world. Then I began writing. About half an hour later, I turned towards Seven, who was lying on his tummy, chin cupped in his palm, reading comics. Want to hear what I have written? I asked. By appointment to me, officially chosen by someone important. He looked up questioningly. I have listed all the facts we know about Mr. Nath, which might help us to trap him. I said, want to hear? Seven nodded. Fact number one. I did. His name is Mr. Nath. We must discover his first name. Do you think that's real name, Maya? Nishad asked. Probably not. I said. Most crooks have an alias. I added a big question mark after Nath. Alias means an alternate name. Fact number two. I read on. The tenants at Shankar House say he is mad, strange and unfriendly. Number three. He doesn't talk to anyone and is mannerless. But he did talk to us. Maya and Mama says he is very polite. Nishad interrupted. He only talked to us because he had to. I said, and since he was under Mama's medical treatment, he had to be polite. Fact number four, he doesn't receive any letters. Seven nodded. Number five, he has been living in room 10 of Shankar's house for more than a year. I continued. Number six, he doesn't work and sits in his room all day. Number seven, the kids in Shankar house and even some of the grown-ups are scared of him. Number eight, he has no visitors except for a spectacled, fair, fat man who visits him on Sundays for lunch. Number 9. Food and tea are taken to his room by Ramesh from the restaurant downstairs. He doesn't care what he eats, pays his bill immediately and tips well. That ends my list. Have I forgotten anything? 7. Nishad had obviously not been paying too much attention to my list of facts. All he could say was, poor man, Maya, he must be so lonely if he doesn't have any friends. How can a crook have friends, idiot? I almost shouted. At least he has one friend, the one who meets him on Sundays, said Nishad. A brilliant thought occurred to me just then. That must be Mr. Nath's accomplice in the crime. Accomplice means a helper in the crime. I said, maybe he keeps all the loot and he comes now